What's going on, everybody? It's Jen Bengal here from Out of This World Literacy, and in today's video, I'm going to show you a four-step mental health check-in you can use with your students any time of the day, throughout the day, all year long. It's also going to include a handout that's in the free description below, a free link handout, and I hope that it really helps you to make sure your students are in the right headspace before they can begin their learning. It's really, really important that we connect with our students and build relationships, but we also want to let them be able to express their feelings and express their emotions in a way that is appropriate and healthy for them to get to the learning. I hope you enjoy this four-step system I created. I want to talk about for a minute mental health with our students. Mental health should be put first before any rigor. We need to build and make sure that their mental health is stable before they can move into the content of learning. So I'm going to give you 5 reasons to check in before you're teaching with your students. Number 1, emotional readiness is going to affect learning. Older struggling readers specifically often feel frustrated or embarrassed, which can block their learning. A quick emotional check-in will help uncover these barriers so students are ready to engage. The second thing that doing this check-in does is it builds trust and connection. And we're going to show that we care about our students, and that trust opens the door to engagement and risk-taking in reading. See, kids don't learn from people they don't like. That's a quote from the old Rita Pearson. And I just love her TED Talk. And she said that, and it could not have hit home more. If your kids don't like you, they're not gonna learn at their highest ability level. Number 3, it creates a routine that supports regulation. A consistent check-in, like a 1 to 5 scale, can help students self-reflect, regulate emotions, and stay focused. Number 4, it supports differentiation and responsiveness. So when students are having a tough day, adjusting the lesson shows that you are responding to their emotional and academic needs. And the last reason to do a mental health check-in with your students is it promotes social emotional learning. Check-ins normalize talking about our feelings, and they build emotional skills that support long-term success way beyond your classroom and in life. So this can all feel like a lot for older struggling readers. I put together a 4-step mental health check-in that you can do with your students in small group, in whole group, individually, every day, twice a week, whenever you feel fit. And this is all included in your free download. There's 4 steps. The first step is you ask questions and you listen. That's pretty simple. It's a really simple 4 steps. 1, you ask and you listen. Now there's a bunch of questions I have. You can choose 1 question or 2 maybe, and just listen. How are you feeling today? Is there anything on your mind that you want to share before we get started? This is right before the lesson begins. I'm picturing this in small group with the older readers too who are struggling. Is there any reason why working on reading today might be hard for you? Is there anything I can do to help you before we get started? So any of these questions are great to ask in step 1. Before we jump into reading, I want to check in on how everyone's doing today. This opens the door gently and shows you care about them as people first. Let's take a moment to see how we're feeling. You don't have to share out loud, but if anything's on your mind that might make today harder, you can let me know privately. Now you're giving them the option to pull you aside for a second. Reading is important, but how you're doing matters just as much. Is there anything you want me to know before we just get started? We all carry stuff into the room, feelings, worries, distractions. If there's anything making it hard to focus today, just let me know so I can support you. You don't have to be okay to do great things, but if something's off today, I'd rather know than guess. I'm here to help. So all of these are options, and you can use them a variety of different ways over and over again with your students, not even just in reading clearly, but throughout the day to just check in on them. Number 1, ask question and listen. Number 2, validate by rephrasing. I can tell you're feeling blank. You're just going to rephrase exactly what they said because blank, it sounds like blank. I'm sorry that happened to you. So you're validating their feelings and rephrasing it. I'm sorry that, and then restate whatever their problem is they're having. If that happened to me, I'd be feeling blank. Is there anything I can do to help? Was that difficult, sad, upsetting for you? You sound sad, embarrassed, annoyed. Are you feeling that way? And just, again, stop and let them talk and listen. So, Ask question, listen, validate by rephrasing. And step three, normalize their emotions. This is huge. We all have times when we feel that way. Lots of people would feel that way if that were true for them. Anyone would feel that way. That's an understandable reaction. Thanks for being open. Your feelings matter here. Let's take a breath together and shift into our reading work now. So, step four now is to reframe and refocus. So, after you have listened and validated, rephrased, and normalized their feelings, now you'll reframe and refocus. Thanks for being open. Your feelings matter here. Let's take a breath together and shift into our reading work now. I really appreciate you sharing. Now that we've checked in, let's use our focus to tackle this reading goal together. Maybe take a breath and you move in. Let's honor what was shared by doing our best with the time we have left. We can come back to this if we need to after we read. That's another good one too. That was important. Now let's ground ourselves and get into our reading. I'm here with you if anything comes up again. You're not alone and you're still capable. Let's move forward with reading one step at a time. So all four of these steps are on these pages in your free download for you to be able to do a mental health check-in with your students. Super important to make sure that they're ready to learn. If they've got a big thing they're bringing up, obviously that's something that you're going to take note of and address with them later on as well. And again, it helps them just build trust in your relationship with them. And if they have a really big thing they're bringing up, like I didn't sleep all night because I had to take care of my baby sister, now you know exactly why they may be struggling in the small group that day. And if you hadn't had given them that opportunity to share, you might have gotten frustrated with them for not doing their best work. And you had no idea they're trying their best, but they just didn't sleep the night before. Or they didn't get breakfast, or they didn't get dinner and breakfast. So these are things we want to make sure we check in on so we don't have an unclear picture of what our readers are doing in our small group and what they're not doing. A way that you can use a nonverbal check-in is just to use language like this. Before we jump into our reading today, I want to check in on how everyone is feeling. Close your eyes. On your fingers, show me a number between 1 and 5, just for me to see. 5 means you're feeling great, 3 means you're doing okay, and 1 means it's a tough day. There's no wrong answer. This just helps me know how you're doing so I can best support you today. If you're a 3 or lower and want to talk later, just let me know. If you're not feeling your best, that's okay. I'm glad you're here. I love this language so much, and I think it's super important. It's something you can do before any lesson begins in whole group, small group, any subject. Another couple ideas for getting a quick check-in with their mental health is you can use private sticky note stations or index card Dropbox and have the students drop off a little note to you that they want to talk to you privately about an issue that they're having. Let the students choose a code word or a signal if they're having a rough day and they need extra grace. Maybe there's a code word you can come up with, or a hand signal, like if they grab their ear like this or something, then hey, they're not having a strong mental health day and they're not able to attend to the skills you're asking them to do because of that. So in summary, the shift comes when a reader feels safe, capable, respected, and connected to reading in a way that feels relevant and achievable. The emotional foundation must be just as strong as the instructional one. By combining relationship building, developmentally respectful instruction, and emotional safety, teachers can create a space where struggling readers feel empowered to take risks and grow. Putting students' mental health before instruction is something that's really important to me, and I hope you found this 4-step system I created helpful. You can get it for free in the description by clicking the link. There's also a link to a back to school bundle where you can get 12 resources that will help you get to know your students, not only as readers, but as people at the beginning of the year. And you can use the code BACK at checkout to get this bundle for half off. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.